Greetings, welcome to the channel. My name is AP. So you have saved up your money and you are ready to now invest in real estate, and you're thinking, what is the best thing for me to do? Should I buy a house, or should I buy a land, or should I invest? So in this video, I want to break down my number one choice when it comes to investing in real estate and why I choose that, and maybe this video will be of some help to you. So if you enjoy content like this, make sure to subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss any videos like this. So when it comes to investing in real estate, especially as a new investor, you have a lot of questions that you're asking yourself. One of the questions that you may be asking is, what is the most lucrative or the best real estate venture for me to go on? No, I'm not a professional expert. I am like what you call a DIY real estate investor here in Africa. And based on what I have seen since, going into this real estate industry here in Africa, I've seen a lot of people come and they, the first thing that they do is, they go and they buy a house. Now, buying a house might seem like the most liable option when it comes to investing in real estate, because you see everybody talking about buying houses, and houses can be either an asset or a liability, right? It depends on what you use it for. So if you're buying a house for cash flow reasons, like you're going to buy the house and you're going to put it on the market as a rental property in order to make money from it so that you can reinvest in something else, it's a good option. If you don't have a problem with paying for maintenance, buying new furnitures when they're broken, painting the wall or dealing with crazy tenants and stuff like that. If you don't have a problem dealing with these things, then definitely a rental property is definitely a good source of income when it comes to real estate, if you don't mind managing the property. Well, in some states, you cannot do that unless you have some sort of license or you're doing it through a management company. Where I'm at in the Gambia, they don't necessarily have these laws. So it is possible for someone to come to Gambia and buy a house and turn it into a rental property while remaining the owner and, not necessarily issuing it to a management company, which they could, because there are management companies here. But there are disadvantages and advantages with both things, but I'm going to tell you why. My number one reason is buying a plot of land. And you might say, AP, buy a plot of land? Why would you buy a plot of land? Like, isn't land something that you cannot make money from right now? Like, if you buy a plot of land, it's going to take you some time before you actually start to see returns from it. The truth is, yes, when you buy a plot of land, if you don't have any plans for that plot of land, it might take you some time for you to see a return from the plot of land, but that don't necessarily make it a bad investment. I'm going to tell you why I think it's better than you even buying the property. When you buy the plot of land, you can do anything with it. You have options. When you have a house and a land, you don't have really much option unless you're just going to rent it out as a rental Airbnb to make a revenue from it every month or every night or per year. It depends on what style of rental you decide. But when you have a piece of land, you have so many opportunities with that piece of land. One, you can do agriculture on it. In my last video, if you guys watch my last video, you will see where I break down some of the most lucrative business ideas that one can start with an empty plot of land. So agriculture was one of them. When you have a plot of land, you can farm on it for 1 year. Like, say you have a plot of land and your goal for the land is like, you know what, I'm going to farm on this land for 1 year, and then after 1 year, I'm going to do like a venue. So like, if you're in the Gambia and you understand that there's not a lot of entertainment facility where people can come and have like big events, like 1 month festival like what they do in Europe. If you have let's say 2 acres of land, you can easily turn it into a venue, because most of those lands in the country area will not necessarily be around a lot of people. So noise, there will not be a problem with noise, like heavy equipments, heavy sound system. So if you have a plot of land in these areas, it's much more easier for you to do these things with, especially in a country like this where people are craving entertainment. It is a very lucrative business idea to go in, and one event can make you millions versus you having a house that you're going to rent per night and you're gonna have to cover maintenance costs from that per night rental, which, you know, sometimes the property might rent, sometimes it may not rent, but an event is something that you can plan and people will come because everybody wants entertainment, right? So with a vacant land, a land that there's nothing on, just trees, grass, you can, you know, do agriculture there, or you can do an event there, right? And then you can generate a long-term and a more lucrative business opportunity on a vacant land. Another thing that you can do, as I mentioned in my previous video, is that you can do like an attraction there. Let's say dirt biking, right? Dirt biking. A lot of people like dirt biking. You can go into the tourism industry like that. If you have a piece of land that you're not using, it's in the country area and it's like dirt, you can easily just create a dirt track, you know, buy some dirt bikes and create a business where, you know, diasporans or tourists or local people can come and rent these bikes and ride it all day, all night. People like these things, you know, and that is a much more higher return on you utilizing your investment in real estate than you buying a property, which is stagnant. It's just one thing. You know, property is like a long-term thing. So you buy the property and your goal is to collect rent and wait till a certain time where it may seem fit, you sell the property. That's if the property have the ability to grow, because some property, it will not grow from where it is, because if you buy a property in an area that is already developed, then there's a strong possibility that that property will not grow from what it is. But a piece of land in an area that is not developed has a lot more opportunity and a lot more possibility for growth, right? So you can do an event there, or you can do what we call this now, quad biking, dirt biking. You can even create like a fish farm. So, you know, here in the Gambia, a lot of people consume fish. And from what I'm hearing from the news is that fish is actually short right now in the major parts of the Gambia where they catch fish, right? So imagine if you have fish farm where you're raising fish like tilapia or any kind of fish that the local market want, or maybe you're raising fish there that, you know, other people want, and you're packaging these fish and you're sending these fish out to these countries. And it's much more lucrative when you do that. It's a bigger business. It's a bigger game than if you just have a house and a piece of land that is limited. You understand? A lot of people want fish across the world, not just in Africa here. But can you just imagine if you're in West Africa here and you're supplying fish on the west coast of Africa to Senegal, Guinea-Bissau, Ghana, Nigeria, Ivory Coast, all of these places along the west coast of Africa. That's more than 100 million people, I would say. I don't know, estimatedly. Don't quote me on that. But that's a lot of people that you could be supplying to, right? Another thing that you could do with your land, if you have land, let's say you have a farm type land in a, you know, a watery area, you could turn that into a rice farm, right? Turn it into a rice farm and make you know, a rice business from that. Register a rice business, get the local farmers to help you to plant the rice if you don't know how to do it. So when it comes to having a vacant land, you have a lot more opportunities and ways and means for you to make money from it versus if you have a house to buy. Don't get me wrong, having a house is actually very good. You know, when you have a house, you know, it adds value to your life. That is true. But with house when you have a house, it comes with a lot of responsibilities, you know, that you have to now cater for, like maintenance and, you know, certain taxes and certain things that are involved in it. Just the whole maintenance part of it is what turned me off, to be quite honest with you. But when you have a piece of land, there's a whole lot more that you can do with it. So I want you guys to do me a favor. Comment below and tell me, what is it that you are investing in right now when it comes to real estate? For me, raw land is the thing. Vacant land is the thing. Because when you have a piece of land is something that is limited. It's not something that they make every day. You know, land is not going to ever be made again. A piece of land that you see in a specific location that you think don't have any value to you, from the next 10 years from now, it's going to be worth millions. So don't sleep on it. As we say, don't wait to buy land and wait. So comment below, let us know, what are some of the opportunities in real estate that you are looking forward to invest in? And if you find value in this video, please do me a favor, share it with a friend, share it with a family, subscribe to the channel. Let us know what you think of this video. If you're thinking of buying lands in Africa, in the Gambia, visit www.biamogroup.com to purchase your land in the Gambia. As I said, land is scarce. Land is not something that they make in a manufacturer. There is no factory for land making. If you know of any factory for land making, please let me know. And also, if you're thinking of buying land, you don't have to be afraid. Just do your research in the country that you're going to buy the land, the person or the company that you're going to buy the land from, so that when you make your investment, you don't lose your money, right? So I'm looking forward to read your comments. For me, I say land. What say you? Until the next video, stay safe.